Hi guys, it's Janet Wakeland with remarkablycreated.com. In today's One Take Wonder video, we are going to take a look at the Sweet Stack Project Kit. This wonderful kit makes 2 different sizes of cake slices, has an amazingly sturdy cake stand with it, and some options for creating a bunting and candles, and I'm going to show you a few little tips and tricks from when I put mine together. First, the kit does come in this handy reusable Ziploc bag. You do have a full color image on the front, and then you have really nice self-explanatory pictures to follow, as well as some written tips for you so that you can follow those little tips if you need them. Of course, you have the video, and when you purchase through me, you have me to help you as well. Then inside the Ziploc bag, you will find 2 white stakes or sticks that you will use, or dowels, to create your banner with. And then you will have the box that will become your cake plate. And then inside of that, you have all of the elements that you need individually packaged and ready to use. I do have a box that's open that I've been playing with, so that's the one that I'm going to grab real quick to show you all of the different elements of the kit. So let's bring this over. And what you're going to find is you'll have your white baker's twine. You'll have 2 different sizes of cake boxes that are pre-scored and pre-adhesed for you and ready to use. You have little pieces that you'll be able to use to create your banners, and there are self-adhesive letters that you'll be able to put on your banner pieces to spell the words out that you want. And the banner is in 3 different colors for you, so you can do 2 words, you can do interchangeable words, and I'll show you how I made mine interchangeable. You have the pieces to add to the base of your cake box to create the little icing on the back, and it hides the flap that allows you to reuse these boxes. So you have your different size scallops. You have the pieces that you need to create the big beautiful flower that you can use as a centerpiece on your cake. You have the elements that you need to create these sweet little bows. You have the straws that you need to create candles, and this was actually very, very clever. So whoever came up with this concept of how to create these candles, oh, big shout to you, they're cute. Here's the other additional colors for the banner. You have your gold candles, and to create the candles, you'll need 2 pieces. So let me grab 2 pieces here, and we'll set those aside. So you have the gold pieces that you need for that. And then more of the background pieces. There's the center. You have the circle that you're going to need for the center of your flowers. For a bow, you need one of these pieces. And then you have the tails, and you have lots of pieces to create. And there's your tails. And then again, here's your flower pieces that you will have. You have 9 pieces to create your flower. I mentioned the self-adhesive letters, 2 of every letter, so you can create different words. I created the words treats, yummy, and delish. So have fun using up the letters in ways. Maybe you want to spell, the baby's first name, or the bride and groom's last name, or maybe you want to do thanks or congrats or, grad. Lots of different reasons why you'd want to have treats on hand for somebody. Retirement, so long, see you later, good riddance. No, we can't spell good riddance. Too many letters there. And again, some more of the cake pieces. So one of the first things that you'll want to do is you can take and you can put the lid on top, and then there you have your actual cake box. And I bet I put these right back inside, didn't I? Yep. So the other pieces that I didn't pull out of here yet is the base of your cake, and then those white dowels that I mentioned earlier. And there's actually holes already done for you. You don't even have to drill them. So you've got holes just like that. And one of the first things that I did with mine was I took an X-Acto knife and I created slits, little grooves in the top of the 2 dowels so that I could interchange my baker's twine, or take my baker's twine off and interchange the words. And I'll show you mine up close in just a second. So your dowels would fit right in here. And then you have your cake base. It's got 2 slits, and you just intertwine the slits together like that. And then your box sits up on top of that. And it's really sturdy, and it's going to hold some nice, really heavy chocolate cake pieces, or the cake boxes filled with lots of wonderful goodies, whether you fill them with Reese's Pieces or M&Ms, or you fill them with coins. I can think of lots of fun things, and we'll be doing a list and collecting ideas of fun things to fill them with if you're not actually putting food treats inside of them. So this is really sturdy, and that's going to hold that well for you. So that would be your cake box. Now what I did with my cake plate is I tried to make it reusable. I wanted to be able to use it over and over again at customer events and at team events that I hold. I'm going to be taking another cake box and making it reusable for family events because I want to keep using it over and over again. In addition to the cake boxes that are part of this, we do have a coordinating die that's this size, so that gives me having the die on hand and then having this cake plate be reusable is going to allow me to create treats year-round for all kinds of holidays and special family events and occasions. So what I did is I mentioned before that I put slits in mine. And so mine just has a little slit that these slide down in, and then I can just tighten and pull. To make mine reusable, I also put my bows, instead of on my cake, up on my dowels, and I have one on each side. There's a dimensional holding them to the dowel, and they're at the top. Another thing that I did was I added ribbon around mine just to coordinate with the treat banner, the bows, and the flower. A little tip when you're putting this piece on, and I'll show it to you in just a second, is be mindful of where your seam ends up. It's one of those ask me how I know why you want to be mindful. I should have had my seam on the side that I was hiding with my flower. Another thing to be mindful of is that when you hot glue your flower on, if you're going to do it on the box and not use it as a cake topper, you want to be careful as well that you don't hot glue the lid, otherwise you can't store things inside the lid. Or better yet, when I do the next one, I'm actually going to create the embellishments that go on the side with Velcro, and I'll have some holiday themed embellishments that I can Velcro on and off of the side of the box. But this is what the flower would look like, and it's actually designed to be the centerpiece of your cake, but I chose to put it on the side and hot glue it on, and I'll show you how we put that together. So let's start taking a look at some of the elements and how we put some of that together. So starting with the box itself, after you've put the lid on it, you have your scallop piece here, and this could actually be spray painted. You could spray paint it, you could use regular paint, acrylic paints on it, you could stamp on it. You can alter this in so many different ways. You could coat the entire thing as glitter. I think it would be really pretty. I'm actually thinking that I'm going to crackle and make mine look real chippy. So I'm finding where the dowel hole is. Of course, that lid can change at any time. And you're just going to pull the adhesive backing off and then just carefully work that around. Again, if you want this paint, if you're going to paint it and you want this to match this, then go ahead and I would put it on and then spray paint it all together. So again, you're just going to work that around the whole way around your cake plate. So that's a real easy assembly piece there. For the words, here I have the word delish spelled out. And what I did to make mine reusable is I took dimensionals and I put them down towards the bottom. And now I can lay out all my letters, make sure I've spelled it right, like the word delish. There we go. See, I had the S after the H. And now we can just simply pull the tops off of these. And we'll just lay that in there, lay that up into the score mark that's already there, and fold them over. Oops, did I miss taking the top off one? Yep, I did. Oh no, they slide, it's okay. Where'd my ego? There it is. I don't know how that happened. Had them all lined up. Little letter gremlins, I guess. There's my I, my S, and then I have my H. And so now I'm able to slide these and position them, and they'll hang nice on my baker's twine. But I also can slide them off, and then the next time just thread the baker's twine on a large sewing needle that I have and thread these back on. Of course, I can change the words. Here I have the word yum, and you saw on the other one I had treat. So these slide and they move on and off of that, allowing that to be interchangeable for me. So have fun coming up with some words to use and creating your banner. If you come up with something cute, I hope you share it with me. For your bows, they're pre-cut, pre-scored. They also have little holes in them here where your points would go. I just kind of roll them around my finger just a little bit. You can also use a bone folder. And then you just take that point and slide it right into the hole. Same thing with this point. I slide it right into the hole. And these are just my tips, not necessarily the way the instructions go, but this is what I found works for me. And then you'll see the points on the back. And then what I did was I took 2 or 3 glue dots over top of those points, kind of help secure them. And then I'm able to add the tails, the ribbon tails here. And that helps secure that as well. And then I can add my dimensional, my glue dot, however it is that I want to put it. If I want to put the bow on the cake, if I want to put it on the cake top, if I want to put it on the dowel, but you'll have your sweet little bows to use then, however you would like to use them. So those are your bows, so your banners and your bows. Then for the flowers, the flower petals have little slits in them. And what you're going to want to do, this is where hot glue will come in handy. You're going to put a little adhesive on one of the flaps and bring the other one over. How far you bring that flap over will determine how much your flower kind of raises up and pops up. If you want it to be more of a flat flower, you're going to overlap them just a little bit. If you really want it to be more dimensional, you're going to do that with it. And then you want to completely coat the back of your circle, and you're just going to start to feed your petals around your circle like that. I put 4 around the inside, and then I filled the other 5 in around the outside of it, just like that. So, and again, then I used the hot glue on the back to hold it together and then to adhere it to what I wanted to, and that kept my flower nice and sturdy. This piece is already done, and I had done it showing somebody something else with this, so I'm sorry that it's already done. But what it is it's a long strip that's already fringed and it's self-adhesed. You just roll it up real tight. After pulling the adhesive strip off, you're just going to fold these way down, and this is where you also want the hot glue. You want to then glue that down in the center, and here I'll show you the finished one again. So you can see where I just press that down. You got the center circle, my 4 petals, the 5 going around the outside, and then I just press that down and just kind of fluff it up the way that it looks aesthetically pleasing to you is to do that. So then the next piece of this puzzle, let me just show you the little candles first, and then we'll get to the cake boxes. You've got your little tiny straw, and you're just going to thread your candle up through. I just think this is so brilliant. Great minds. Simple things, but it works so amazingly well. So you're just going to pull them up, and you want to make sure that your candles match. They're mirror images, and there's plenty of them in there for you to do that. Then you fold these 2 scallop pieces back, and that's where your glue dots would go. And then that just sets down on top of your cake, and now you have paper candles. So someplace where you want to have a cake where you're not allowed to have candles for fire, cautions or whatever, you've got these sweet little candles that you can add, and I think that that's really dear. So now let's take a look at our 2 different size cake boxes. They are pre-cut, pre-scored, and they actually even have the adhesive on them for you. Whenever I'm working with any kind of a box or die or anything that comes pre-scored, I do like to work my scores just a little bit, refolding them and making sure that I've got a good crease. You can actually go over them with a bone folder too if that's something that you have handy and want to do. And now let's go ahead and peel our adhesive piece. I like to put the bottom flap in first, give it a nice little pinch. And then with this piece as well, then we'll just put that in. Make sure you line up your edges, and you can just put your finger in there and give it a good rub to make sure that your adhesive's on great. And now they are refillable. And one of the things, of course, I started thinking about is that you can make cones to hang. Of course, you can make little boxes to stand. It's going to be lots of fun and lots of ways to fill these. But they are refillable. You just simply are going to close it with that tab, and now it's done. To hide this piece here, that's where that scalloped icing, paper icing came in. Just going to give it some nice adhesive, just a little piece across the top. I didn't adhere the whole thing down because I want to be able to get into mine so that I can reuse them over and over again. And I guess it does help if you really press your adhesive down well, Janet, especially when others are watching. So there we go. Let's work that on there. Good. And there. So now I can reuse this over and over again, closing it and opening it. And you have the two different size boxes. Two coordinating pieces of product that Stampin' Up! Has that you could add to this if you'd like. We have the Sweet Stack stamp set. Has a wishing you the happiest of birthdays, and it's sized to stamp on the top of the box. Love you to pieces. I can't wait to use that and to fill one of the boxes with Reese's Pieces or little M&Ms, little small things. A treat for all you do, so cute little tags. It's got elements that will help you add the look of icing and layers to your cake if that's something that you want to do. You can keep these as plain as you want, or you can make them as fancy as you want. That's going to be the fun of these. And there's already lots of really cute variations and ideas popping up with this on Pinterest. And then we have the Cutie Pie framelit pieces. And so again, keep your stack. Give these away at the bridal shower, the baby shower, at the wedding, and then you can buy the Cutie Pie framelits and keep making away. I love that you can create real three-dimensional icing strips with it. You have the pieces to make the bow, pieces to make the candle, some little gift tags, balloon and flower. And then this is the size of the larger cake box. So this is the size that you would be making with this framelit. And it cuts 2 from an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper with a nice piece left over at the bottom to do your ties and tags and extra pieces and things like that. So have fun with the Sweet Stack. I can't wait to see what you come up with it. Check out remarkablycreated.com for some up close and personal pictures, as well as for our growing list of ideas of what you could put in those cake pieces, ideas for maybe what you want to put on your banner. And share with me your own versions and what you're doing, and leave comments about words and ideas that you have too, because together when we share our ideas, we have lots more ideas that way. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a sweet day. God bless.